Yes, you are welcome everyone to another video tutorial. Today we want to install React. We want to look at the installation of React. Now, the first thing we'll need to do is create a folder. Let's create a folder. I'm going to create a folder maybe somewhere on my desktop. We'll create a folder somewhere here on my desktop or any place on your computer. So I will call this folder React tutorial folder. Yeah, so I've just created a folder called React tutorial. So that is the first thing you need to do. And secondly, before you run React, you have to install. Before you install React, you have to download and install Node.js. Now that's the first thing you need to do. I repeat, before you install React, we have to download and install Node. The major reason why you will need to install Node to your machine is because you need a package manager, that is a Node package manager, which we call npm, to help you manage dependencies and packages in your project. Now, as you are learning React, as you are installing React, there are a lot of packages or dependencies that you will need to install. So you need a manager to help you to organize, to help you to set up these packages in your project. That manager is called npm, and npm is what is called Node Package Manager. It only comes from from you downloading Node to your machine. So let's go and download Node. So this is the website for nodejs.org. So this is nodejs.org. This is the official website. I have already downloaded and installed Node on my machine. So this is the one you're going to install. The one they say recommended for most users. That's the one you're going to install. Yeah, leave this one alone. Make sure you go for the one for recommended for most users. So once you click this, there's a simple way to install. So after installing this, you can check on your terminal to see if truly you have successfully installed Node. So you go to your command prompt. So I want to check if I have Node installed on my machine. So what will I do? I'll just come here and I'll say node-v, node-v. Then you press enter. So once you press enter, it will tell you the version of Node that you installed on your machine. I am using 18.13, but the one here is 18.16. So you can get this one 18.16 version. So no problem, all of them will still work. So after you downloaded Node to your machine, the next thing is to now do what? Is to now install React. Now you can install React manually on your machine, but on your project, but that will take you time. So there is a manager in the React documentation which we are going to use to install, and that manager is called Create React App. So it is found in the React documentation. So I will go to React docs on Google. So you click on the first one to get it started. So once you click here, this is the React documentation. So at the right hand side, you will see create a new React app. You don't need to go to this website, but I'm only showing you where to get the Create React app. You can just click on Create React app. Then you scroll down. You see this. This is the code. This is all what you need. This is all what you need. You don't need to come to this website, but I'm really showing you how to get the npx Create React app. So we'll copy this code, then you open your Visual Studio Code. So that folder you created on your desktop, which is React tutorial, you open it on your on your VS Code. So I will open the folder on my Visual Studio Code. So the folder name is React tutorial. So I'll locate it, which is this. Then I'll select the folder. So after doing this, you will click on the terminal to open a terminal, because right now you'll be installing most of your packages on the terminal. Is that you use the terminal from VS Code, or use the one from Git Bash, or use the one from your command prompt. So I'll click on the terminal here because VS Code has a terminal, new terminal. So this is our terminal at the bottom. You can see that this is my terminal here. So on the terminal, I'm got into my directory parts. This is my React tutorial, which is this. You can see that. So yeah, make sure you are in the folder you created, React tutorial, and this is React tutorial, the folder I created on my desktop. So you paste that which you copied from what, the React docs. npx creates React app, my app. So you come here to your VS Code and you paste that, Ctrl V. Now this is the command, npx creates React app, my app. Now my app is the name of your project. You can decide to change this my app to any name that suits you. So I can decide to leave it my app, or I can decide to change it. So let me just change it to my training, my first. Let me just say my React, or my first. Let me say my first training. My first training. Yeah, rename it. So the name of my app is what? My first training. So I'll just press enter. Now you must make sure you are connected to the internet for you to download these packages, because these packages are coming from an external server. So make sure your system is connected to the internet for you to successfully download those dependencies and packages from React, from React. So we are going to wait for this installation to finish installing. Just wait for some few minutes. Once the installation finish installing, then you now cd into your words into this my first training. After you cd, then you now start the server, which is npm start, to start React server. So I'm going to wait for this to start downloading the packages. So let's wait for it to start downloading the packages. Yes, we are getting an error from React. So we cannot create a project name my first training. So let's do it again. So it's complaining about the naming restriction. Name can no longer contain capital letter, so you shouldn't put capital letter as name. So let's paste that again from the documentation. So I come here, I copy this, npx create React app. So I paste it here. So here I'll just rename this as my first, just my first. And make sure it is lowercase, please. Don't put uppercase letter. That was what happened. So I'll press enter, and this should start downloading all the necessary packages and dependencies from the React documentation. So let's wait for some time. Make sure you are connected to the internet. So you can see that it is already downloading the packages necessary for our tasks, which is my first. You can see that. So we'll just have to wait for some few minutes and while the package will finish installing. So good, we have successfully installed React. So we've done that successfully, and you can see what it brought out after successfully installing React. You can see we suggest that you begin by typing cd my first, which is the project. So if you click on this my first, you will see those dependencies and packages that were downloaded and installed from the React documentation, which I opened earlier, this documentation. So you can see that. So all these are directories, subdirectory, the node modules, the public, CSRC, which I'm going to talk about in our next class. So you understand that now. So the next thing we're going to do was cd my first, which is this, the name, which we renamed that. You remember it was my app, I renamed it to my first. So I have to cd means change directory. So I'll say cd my first, and I click press enter. So once you do, after you cd, the next thing they say you should do what? npm start. Npm start means to start the React server. So to start the React server, you have to what? Type npm start and you press enter. So you wait for React server to kick started. So once it gets started, you will see it on your browser, which is localhost 3000. Most times it opens automatically. Few times you may really want to type localhost 3000. So my server is starting. You can see that on the terminal, starting the development server. You can see my browser was opened automatically for me by React. So once this is done, you will see the React logo. That is the black and bluish logo and the background. You see that. So just wait a little bit as our React server will get started and open it on the browser for us. So you can see, fantastic, we have successfully installed React. So once you see this on your screen, you know that React was successfully installed on your project. So I hope you understand the process and the procedure of installing React. So it's very simple. npx create React app, then the name of the name of your project. Then after it has finished installing, you cd into the name of your project, then you start the server, which is npm start. So I believe this was quite straightforward. So thanks to everyone. I'll see you guys in the next class.